There's a broken feature in Fortnite that's costing Epic Games to lose out on millions and millions and millions of dollars of revenue. Alright, well, maybe I made up that last part, but still, there is signs on the internet to showcase that people are losing motivation to spend money on V-Bucks because of this broken system. Let me explain. If you're like me, you probably enjoy playing Fortnite. There's a lot of different ways to enjoy this game. Build mode, non-build mode, the Minecraft/Lego survival mode that they have, Guitar Hero, you name it. There's a lot of different ways to play Fortnite, and maybe you've played this game for several months or several years, like myself. I started in late December 2017, so that means that I have a lot of skins in my locker that I don't actually care to use. But there are a handful of skins that it'd be great if I could use them in matches. That's where the locker system comes to play. This is where you'll probably spend a good amount of time combining things like what skin you want, the back bling, the glider, what kind of pickaxe that character uses. Great, now that you have all that picked out, let's go ahead and choose some emotes that are tied with that character. You'll do other things like what kind of gun wrap the character has, and other stuff like, okay, this is the car appearance that this character has. Like, you can really spend a lot of time changing a bunch of things within this kind of locker system. But once you're done choosing everything out that you want for that specific character, you can save it under a loadout. And normally what you'd be able to do is select that loadout and boom, you have everything tied together and you're good to go. That feature works as intended. However, the feature that is not working is the randomize loadout feature. And I've done a lot of things to try and get this thing working. Reaching out on Reddit, actually contacting Epic Games to see if they can fix it. And well, I haven't had the best responses, but I have spent a lot of time doing trial and error to fix this feature. So without further ado, in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how you can fix this feature. And once you have it fixed, how you can actually enjoy Fortnite a little bit more with having randomized loadouts turned on. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so the randomize feature is broken, but am I the only one? This is the first thing that I did. I researched on the internet to see if other people are struggling with this issue, and they have a solution. I found threads dating back 4 months ago when Epic Games changed the loadout appearance within the game, and there's not just that person who's struggling, but many other people in the comment section, they're also struggling. Now, some people say it works for their PlayStation 5, other people say it works for their PC, but not all the time. It seems like the system is finicky. There's holes in the ship. We got to scoop out some water. Epic Games, you need to patch this feature. If no one on the internet knows how to fix it, let me reach out to Epic Games to let them know that this feature is broken, and hopefully they can provide a fix in the next game patch. And well, the Epic Games player support said, "Thanks for your feedback, we appreciate it. You can go ahead and submit your feedback here in a different thread." And I thought, this isn't feedback, this is literally saying something in your game is broken, but apparently I gotta do it in a separate link. So, okay, I'll provide a video for Epic Games to watch, and hopefully it motivates them to fix this feature. So the feature is broken, but why? You might think it works as intended, everything is saving, but when you load into a match with the randomize loadouts turned on, you'll be your pre-selected skin that you had on previously when you started playing. But why is this feature breaking? Well, the game caps out at saving presets at a number of 200, meaning if you have more than 200, the game's gonna freak out and go, we don't know how to turn on randomized loadouts, and then they're gonna disable it. Now, that being said, you can't actually go over 200 loadouts, so you should be fine, right? Wrong. Before Epic Games made the loadout feature, they had other things that you can save. Like, you can pre-save your characters, you can pre-save your emotes, you can pre-save your banners, and all this kind of stuff. And those take up slots within the game's data, and that probably does break the feature of randomized loadouts. Now, I haven't been able to delete all my saved characters, but as I've been deleting those slots, I have seen that the randomized loadout feature has been working a bit better. I still have a capacity way past the number of 200. If I add up my saved characters, my saved emotes, and all that kind of stuff, I need to spend time to delete those things and make sure everything is saved under loadouts. And that's kind of frustrating because Epic Games did allow you to save everything individually, and that's how you had it before loadouts were a thing. Let's be real here, this whole menu is just, it's a complete mess, and you can look on the internet to showcase that a lot of people actually don't like how the locker system is within Fortnite. We've all made videos complaining about it. They're not going to change it. Okay, this is what we got, but if it's gonna be here, this feature has to work. So how can you actually get it working? My suggestion to you is, number one, make sure that you have everything under 200. This means that you're gonna have to go through all the different sections, the saved characters, the saved emotes, the saved cars. Yeah, I know, it's kind of really obnoxious and annoying, and you might think, okay, well, why don't I just delete everything and then save it all as a loadout? Well, you can do that, but if you delete everything up front and they're tied together, that means that your loadouts will become blank and default. The game doesn't know what to save and put there, so it's gone. Most of the time, you probably have things linked together, like if you have saved characters and then saved emotes and then a saved car, and then you combine it all together into a loadout, that means that the game is using a bunch of different resources to save the character, to save the emotes, to save the car, and then you link it into a full loadout. Yeah, then it's just so complicated. Like, this whole system is not working as intended. My honest opinion, though, you'll save the headache and make sure that you have everything saved together in a loadout, and that's going to make your game run a bit better. That means going through all your saved characters and saved instruments and saved cars and manually either writing down what you have, so when you delete that preset, you have to remake it in the loadout section, and then you can finally save it under one single item instead of 5 or 6, whatever you had saved. There's a lot of complexity with the Fortnite locker system, and it's just too much. You shouldn't have a PhD in, I don't know, graphic design or computer science to understand the Fortnite locker system, but that's just the reality of what we live in. Me personally, it doesn't make me more motivated to purchase more skins that come out or even battle passes if the randomized loadout is broken. And you might be that guy in the comment section that's like, oh, wait a second, moopliss, you can just leave the lobby and then pick a different loadout and then you're good to go. You're right, I can do that, but I think that's kind of annoying. I like to go, oh, I died in the game, I click ready up, and boom, in the next match, I'm a different skin that I had pre-made, pre-saved, it's good to go. And it's got the linked emotes, and trust me, you'll enjoy Fortnite a lot more when you have the randomized loadouts fixed. So how do you fix it? As I mentioned, delete all your saved characters, your saved emotes, everything. If you want to make sure you save it as a loadout, write everything down, whether it's on your second monitor, on your phone, whatever you got to do. That way you can remake it in a loadout and save it as a loadout. I don't know if this will actually fix it for everyone. I've done some trial and error and it has fixed it in some instances. And then when I added more loadouts, it didn't fix it. And I think this is because when I made different loadouts, the game was confused because I was using a linked emote or linked save character in a loadout, and that just confuses the game. So make everything in loadouts. Don't have things linked together like saved characters or saved emotes. Just get rid of those things. I don't know why Epic Games has that old system there. Make sure everything is saved under loadouts. That way you'll know that you're under 200. Now, hopefully it's working as intended. If not, I don't know, leave a comment down below in this video and hopefully we can help you guys out, or Epic Games is aware that this is a problem. But if it is working as intended, this is where the fun part of actually enjoying the Fortnite loadouts comes to play. Specifically, there's a lot of different skins that you probably like to use in the game, and there's other skins that you're like, I don't give a crap. But once you have a good skin that you like, there's probably good emotes that tie with that character. Maybe you have a snow character, so you're like, okay, let's get some icy emotes, or I don't know, something chilly in the emote section. It makes sense with that character. Or if I'm using a specific character from a different franchise, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Star Wars, The Walking Dead, right? I'm gonna want different emotes tied to those characters. If you have a skin with proper emotes, it's a lot more fun because when you're in game, you don't have to manually scroll through your whole emote wheel to find a specific emote that works well with that character. It's all going to be pre-saved on that wheel. Granted, it's only like 4 or 5 or 6 emotes depending on how many you save, but still, it makes the game way more fun when you walk up to people and you use an emote and you're like, actually, yeah, that works well with that character. Here's a challenge that I'm gonna give everyone. It's pretty easy for you to buy a skin, buy the back bling that goes with it, maybe the matching glider, and you're like, that's my preset. And yeah, you can be that guy and have that in game, that's fine, but in all honesty, it's way more fun when you actually create a preset where you're like, I'm gonna have one item per set. I actually do this in World of Warcraft where I don't wanna go into a game with a full set of what the developers made. Epic Games did a great job combining good back blings, good gliders with characters, but have the challenge of picking a skin and going, okay, I want to pick a back bling, but it's from an entirely different set, and a pickaxe that's from a different set. So instead of having a full set Andy, as they say in World of Warcraft, having a character that is, you know, a different skin, a different back bling, a different, you know, pickaxe, glider, all that is from different sets. It makes the challenge of making loadouts a bit more difficult, but it's going to be way more rewarding because you're going to stand out from the crowd. You're not that guy that's wearing, you know, a Star Wars skin with the Star Wars back item that came with that skin and the pickaxe that came with the skin. But regardless, that's the challenge that I've been using while creating all my loadouts, and it's been a blast. And maybe you don't have enough items in the game. Well, if you just keep playing over time, you'll accumulate more, you can make good loadouts, and then you're good to go. But why is this so important though? Having skins in the game doesn't really matter. No, you don't have to spend any money on this game. You could just jump into the game without any loadouts and you're good to go. But what I like to do is when I play video games, I actually like to see what my character looks like. Most of the screen is going to be taken up by the visual appearance of that character, right? If I want to do an emote dance and socialize with other players within the game, whether it's random fills or my friends or family members that I play the game with, it's way more fun if I have matching emotes to go along with it. It's way more humorous in different moments when I do something specific in the game, and then I have an emote that pairs well because I'm wearing it with my skin. All of that is already pre-saved when it comes to the saved loadouts. But if you spend countless hours making loadouts, right? You save it all together and you have everything good, and then you click on that randomize loadout and then you jump into the game and it doesn't work. It is so frustrating. So I'm hoping Epic Games does fix this feature. I don't know, they'll probably get way more revenue coming in because I myself and many others will be more incentivized to purchase more skins. That way I make more loadouts and, well, I have more fun playing the game because every time I die or restart another match, I'm gonna be wearing a fully new loadout. So what do you think about this broken feature? Do you have it fixed? How many loadouts do you have in the game? And lastly, what skin are you repping as your main skin? Let me know in the comment section down below. Special thanks to my Patreon members and YouTube members for supporting my content, and thanks for watching all the way to the end. As always, stay hydrated, gamers.